developed the math program for Common Core has admitted that under Common Core, a high school graduate will not be capable of learning calculus in college. Now, if this is the guy who developed the math program. What they've done with Common Core, one of the things is lowered the standards.
But then why is your daughter getting a D in math soon if they've lowered the standards?
Can I answer? Wait. You guys, you're two
It's a new
people.
way of teaching, that's why.
Excuse me. Two people in this room. If you want to dominate the entire conversation, that's unfair to everyone else. Okay, I'm just telling you. It's not fair. You asked a question when you first came into this room, and we know each other from Facebook. So I already know what your political ideology is, and you know mine. Let's just put the truth out on the table.
Okay.
I'm a very honest and direct person. That's why I'm running for Congress, because we don't have very many of them in Washington, D.C. But I can tell you something. A standard is something that is tested. Common Core is not. So please do not interrupt me. I will not interrupt you. Okay? Standards are tested. Common Core is not. The results of Common Core are very self-evident. That's why people are pulling out of it as fast as possible. The concept that each child should be taught exactly the same is a failed concept, because each child is an individual. And that is why we are blessed with people who love to teach. Common Core, excuse me, I am speaking. The reason why we are blessed with teachers who want to teach and help students is to allow them to take their talents, their individual ability and gifts as teachers, and give them to our kids. Common Core prevents that. Why anyone would want that to happen to our kids is beyond me. But the damage that it's doing, to the point where kids are in counseling sessions. And since you haven't experienced that, and I as a parent have, I don't think it's very fair for you to come in here and not keep your mind open enough to take a look at the facts and what is actually happening in other areas of the country.
I'm very open-minded with it. What isn't the Common Core is not teaching critical thinking, so they're
No, it is. It's trying to teach critical thinking, but it's not going along with the natural development of a child's mind.
It's not age appropriate.
It's not
it hasn't
age-
been
well, thank you,
tested.
being blunt.
It has not been tested by psychologists and people that know how to develop curriculum. It wasn't developed by the people that would be able to put curriculum at age appropriate levels. So they're teaching what Common Core is, and I just want to explain one thing we haven't covered, is that it doesn't teach for all college degrees. It doesn't teach, it only focuses on specific careers. Now, if this curriculum that we're spending $16 billion on, is going to focus everyone on specific careers, technology can change. And guess what? We're all going in one direction because it's common. That's the common direction. Instead of, when children are young, we teach creativity out of them. When kids are young, your age and younger, much younger, 3, 4, 5 years old, the mind is so incredibly creative and wonderful. And we teach it out of them. And we make them and mold them into little people that we want them to be. Let me just finish. If you want creativity, innovation, discovery, science, you can't teach Common Core because it will teach it out of people.
Okay, and I would just like
Sure.
to...
Thank you. I appreciate the information. And Holly, you spoke of the 65 and 76 Education Acts and no control or setting of standards by the feds. And I think, Laura, you spoke of the data mining. No, again, no federal set. The train's already left the station. Common Core is here in Connecticut. Is there any effort out there, or any chance of the court actions and the success rate?
I don't know about court
anticipated?
actions, but as I say, because it is not a law per se,
you see in the other states, the legislatures have responded to public pressure and have rescinded or postponed Common Core. So in the short term, you know, it's always useful to have a court case, but without getting somebody to fund it, that might be difficult. But pressure on your legislatures. This is an election year. I would be surprised if one or more of the gubernatorial candidates does not address this, because this, again, the Connecticut Council of Municipalities came out with their legislative program for the coming year, and one of their main things is no more unfunded mandates. This is an unfunded mandate from our state government.
It's gonna be very damaging to the towns and municipalities that have to, the taxpayer is being caught to. Can I just add to that, the unfunded mandate concept, the way they rolled this out, I mean, we were not told about it, parents were not told about it. It was a shock and awe situation, and now there's no money to pay for it. So I think there's going to be tremendous backlash when all of a sudden the departments of education come to the taxpayer and say, we need a 4.5% increase, which I think is what happened in East Lyme.
We're just under 5%.